Look at that great wall of silage and JCB telehandler. Today's video, it's not a trucking video, don't worry. But we are gonna be throwing some fuel on the fire while we build this great wall of silage. Don't you just hate getting rocks stuck in your fifth wheel plate? Geez, sometimes you gotta unhook these trailers, but then you go down a gravel road first thing in the morning. Farming ain't easy. Well, good morning, guys. Oh, it was a late night here last night, but check out the great wall of silage we're building. A lot of you guys have said, why don't we graze cattle? Well, we do. And right now, you guys may recognize this field. That whole coulee has been getting grazed for the last little while, last month or two, and now they need more places to go. So we're gonna actually put them on the crop field, and the crop field still has stacks of bales on it. So we're clearing those off and we're making them into the great wall of silage, which is all exciting. However, not the purpose of today's video. The purpose of today's video is that little guy right there. All right, so I need to confide in you guys a little bit. We had to pull the trigger on this little girl here. JCB 54270. We've had other telehandlers around the farm. We've rented, we've done a variety of different things on the material handling side of the farm. We need to step up and do a little more. So like you guys have seen in some other content where we've asked questions about the best way to handle hay and silage bales, well, in the end, a telehandler is a part of a lot of those equations. So I need to confide in you a little bit in this video here because, well, there's not a lot of money in farming this year. Commodity prices are in the crapper, and our silage bales, the margin on those this year is like that. It's just crazy. There's so much feed available in this area right now that there's just not a huge demand for feed. So it's kind of a shame, such high quality feed. We have a 1 in 10 year yield this year, and it's somewhat hard to sell. Even the hay, we got piles and piles of hay for sale, which typically coming by December, we're usually sold out. So, but we ended up pulling the trigger on this telehandler. It's a 2021 model 54270. This summer, we played with a couple other brands. We played with a few different styles, sizes of telehandlers, and we ended up here. Part of the reason we ended up here is we toured the JCB factory last year in the UK after our Agritechnica trade show. The JCB brand of telehandler just feels right in my guts. The way that they build them, the way that they form the steel in the boom, and I quite like the cab too. Quite like the layout and the size of the cab. So those couple things there kind of sold me on the telehandler. We did look at some other brands, not going to mention those, came back to here. The funny thing is, we can't afford it. It's not a good year to be making a purchase. We are already overspent because of the drill purchase. You guys have seen how many pieces of equipment we've had to sell just to be able to afford the drill. So on that note, in order to afford this, we're selling a couple more pieces. If you guys need a fifth wheel gooseneck hydraulic tilt trailer, send us an email at info@farmingainteasy@gmail.com. Yeah, if you need a trailer like that, it's a sweet trailer. Or if you need a John Deere 348 small square baler, hit us up. They're sweet units, really good condition. Yeah, we're trying to fundraise some more money now to help pay for this purchase. Funny thing is one of the reasons we like the JCB was this thing in this particular model and this deal. It's an Agri Super, so it's got this 5 or 6 speed torque lock transmission. But anyway, this machine's had a hard life. It's lived at a dairy its whole life, and not to knock the dairy guys, but they do a lot of heavy lifting. And well, that condition of machine is the only one that we can afford. So we've been picking piles of manure out from under the boom, inside the axles and silage for the last couple months out of this machine. This machine's been here for a little while now, but we've finally made the deal on it. Transmission, engine are solid, doesn't burn oil. It's got Well, we've put a couple hundred hours on it already. It's got about 4,200 hours on it, a 2021 model, so it's quite a bit of hours in a short amount of time. Yeah, it needs some work, but it still perfectly functions. The 54270, that was the size that was gonna work perfect for us. Yeah, bigger is always better, and yeah, we could take advantage of a bigger machine. However, if we're being honest with ourselves, the 54270 will do everything that we need it to do, plus a little bit more. It's got the bigger rubber on it, it's got the transmission we wanted, but she's gonna need a little TLC this winter. Let's see how this new to us telehandler likes a cold start. That's not bad. Actually, that's one of the things that impresses us the most, is for how hard of a life this telehandler's had, it still functions beautifully. So what we're doing is we're loading from the stacks. We're putting 42 bales onto the truck, and we're just moving them to that central location where we're building the Great Wall of Silage. The only thing slowing it down isn't the telehandler, it's me making this video. But I like you guys, so I'm okay with that. Because this thing was being buried into a silage pit, there's a couple pins on the boom that need to be replaced. We do have a universal joint on the one left front wheel needs replacing. The seat that I'm sitting on, the entire seat needs replacing. The cushions are buggered. Every bushing and the air suspension, the heated seat, the air conditioned seat, none of the above work, especially even the seat switch to allow the tractor to understand if there's an operator. That doesn't even work. A load of hay must have fallen on this machine at some point in time. The windshield wipers bent, mirrors are bent, lights are bent. Not only does the air conditioning not work, but the complete HVAC system is plugged. We've actually pulled out tennis ball size clumps of dirt that have hardened because they've gotten wet from the window not being in the telehandler. Yeah, she's gonna need a full service. Other than maintenance, we don't have any major rebuild projects this winter until now. It's kind of a bit of a jalopy, but at the same time, I have complete faith in this piece of machinery just because we know and love the JCB telehandler, and they've worked good for us in the past, and I'm sure this one will too. It's a race. Who's gonna win? Don't try this at home, kids. Let's see if I can load a bale on the truck while he's moving. Watch this. Easy. That there is pretty funny. All right, we're done building the Great Wall of Silage here. I think there's 670 bales in a very long straight line, but if we need to tarp them because the birds are pecking holes in them, then we will. But the 7-layer film from Agri-Novatech seems pretty darn durable. So if these don't sell and we need to hold on to them for the winter, we know they're safe. But kind of back to the purpose of this video is, yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot more of the 54270 on the channel. Just to give you an example of where this thing's been, I can't even begin to pick enough manure. Oh, the dust was going the wrong way. There is manure packed everywhere on this telehandler. So we're using her pretty hard here. We gotta start doing some maintenance pretty quick. We've been already diving into some oils and fluids, but we gotta dive into this thing and make it a little bit more Benjamized, like Kyle would say. So anyways, guys, remember how I said everything's bent on this machine? All the fender brackets are bent and the fenders are in very, very rough shape. We actually had to take a Sawzall and cut them just so that they didn't continue rubbing on the tire. But then speaking of the tires, like, there are some massive cuts in these tires, and in addition to that, they're bulb, and in addition to that, they're Michelin's, I don't know if we're going to put Michelin's on again. Don't get me wrong, Michelin's are good tires. We've had success with them, but we love our BKTs. So we may put those bib tires on if we can get the right size. So we got a lot of procurement to do in parts. There's going to be pallets and pallets of parts to make this thing the caliber machine we couldn't afford to buy already in that condition. So let me know if this is the kind of content you want to see. This is a rebuild project that's happening on the farm this winter. Let us know if you want to be a part of it. If so, we'll make some videos. So thanks guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.